Okay, guys, we're talking about Tony Blair. Oh, before we talk about him, though, let's talk about Ted Heath. There was an odious man. Oh, terrible man, Ted Heath. And a pervert. I always said, I was working in Salisbury, I think they buried him there in the cathedral. But I was always too busy either working or drinking to go and piss on his bloody grave. Well, he's interred in there, isn't he? I think it's Salisbury. But when he was alive, I thought, one day I'm going to go and piss on his grave. Now, here's another man whose grave I'd like to piss on. I'm not wishing him dead, but I won't miss him when he's gone. Him or his evil witch wife. You guys don't remember the threesomes, well, alleged threesomes, his wife and her special friend. His wife's name was Sherry. Terrible couple. Anyhow, why are we talking about Tony Blair? Well, we're going to step back in the past in a minute, but there's something I wanted to show you. Hold on, guys. First of all, Tony Blair says UK should have backed the US war with Iran from the start. Yeah, this is a man responsible for the deaths of probably hundreds of thousands of people. Certainly the lives of 200 British servicemen, at least 200 British servicemen. Pure evil. Anyhow, let's have a look at what Rupert Lowe thinks of him.
Tony Blair is the root of a lot of the evil that we've currently got. I watched a bit of a documentary on him last night, and the older he gets, the more he looks like the devil with that white hair and those piercing eyes. I can't help but get the image of Beelzebub out of my mind. Tony Blair.
Yeah. Rupert's not far wrong there. But let's go now to here. I was writing about Blair in 2008. I think this is just when he handed over the premiership to Gordon Brown. It was a petition against his nomination as president of the European Union. Done this. For the Iraq War, they concocted the evidence, and it was found to have come from a student, something he'd written in some paper some years before, and they cut and pasted all the information from it and released it as the public as evidence that Iraq was going to blow us all to bits in the UK. So I was writing about that, and that was 2008. But we talk about international law. We didn't win the war, but he did. British National Party were always being attacked as usual, much the same way now that Restore Britain can expect to be attacked. The British National Party opposes the war in Iraq and would have our troops home quicker than an MP can dip his hands into the public purse and fill his boots. So I think we should sign the petition. And January 2008, I wrote this: Portrait of a War Criminal. It sickens me to see him still walking this earth. Take a look at the portrait above. It's the first official portrait of the war criminal and traitor Tony Blair, or Tony Blair, to those in the know, where they can hand it. And now here's what I wanted to show you. First year, the final insult to the memories of those that have died is for Blair to pose with the poppy in his label, especially as the artist reported Blair as being in a buoyant mood because he had received news of his unelected successor, Gordon Brown, having trouble in the job, another unelected Prime Minister. I finished by saying, one day, Blair, one day. Well, I'm still waiting. I think I promise you I'm going to live until at least he's dead. Yeah. Then again, he's probably sold his soul. Here's what I wanted to show you guys. Since the illegal wars in Iraq and Afghanistan started, we have lost over 200 of our brave servicemen and women. Click on the country name for the lists of those who have died so that Blair could pose on the world stage as a war leader. What does it say when we go there? Page not found. They've even taken down the names of our servicemen who died there. And that's on GovUK. Yeah. Well, I guess that's all I've got for you guys. You've been listening to Paul Morris, the Green Arrow. See you on the next one.